Hey.
Hey. And I'll say hello for Mr. Postile. His mic is muted right now because we told him he can't talk tonight.
Yeah. We figure we could pick up some viewers this way because we all know people are only here for your pretty face, Poe. No one cares what you're saying. It's all about the looks. It's a very superficial place we live in.
And if you can't tell, Poe shaved his butt and he's walking backwards. No, actually, all jokes aside, we're having some technical difficulties tonight. For some reason, Poe's got some type of echo going on, but we'll get that figured out. It's not a big deal. Welcome to the show. Hey, it's going to be a short one this week. As you can see, Off Grid Arcade has sheetrock behind him, which means he is still out of town. But he's still in a tiny room, so he's in his comfort zone.
This is bigger than my house. This hotel room. But we're still we're closer to your house than to my house right now, Greg. I was looking at it. We're about 4 hours away from where you're at. But we had the big wedding last night here in West Plains, Missouri, and there's actually in the room next to us. We got a bunch of family over there, and we're hanging out because the bride and groom are heading out for their honeymoon tomorrow. So this is the last chance we'll get to visit with them before we will obviously be gone before they get back. So that's kind of why for me, I'll be staying through the pinball tournament portion of the show tonight, and then I'll be getting back over there with family. But yeah.
And then I'm just going to say real quick, all joking aside about Poe, he is having a mic problem, but Poe, if you don't mind me saying, if you can take a look at him, poor guy is got a bad cold or something. And what you were saying just before we went on the air, it's funny. I had a relative call me today that I had planned on doing something with tomorrow, and I really respect him for this. He said, hey, I'm sick. I'm not too sick to go do this with you tomorrow, but I'm too sick and would feel guilty if I went with you and got you sick. So, and I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think Poe's got somebody that he might work with that shows up to work sick all the time. I never could understand that in my workplace. They'd get really mad at people for being sick, for laying off sick. But then one guy'd come in sick and he'd make 20 guys lay off sick. It's like, take the day off and don't come in here and infect us all, assholes.
Right. Yeah.
But with that being said, if nobody has an objection, I'm going to do this for Bart's benefit because I think we're going to make it short tonight. Let's get straight to week 7 of the fall 2023 FX3 tournament, and I'll show the video, and we'll go over the spreadsheet real quick. So with that in mind, here we go. 5 minutes long. Okay, everybody, it's tournament time again. And looky here. We've got some new players on the board here we haven't seen before. If you're new here, hey, we're welcome in. We're glad you're here. I don't know if you heard about it from the show or from a friend that watches the show or that plays in the tournament, but welcome. And get on our Discord or get on the channel here, leave a comment below and let us know who you are and how you found out about it. If you're interested in doing that, we'd sure love to know. GGAGE, by the way, this is Family Guy, which was week 6. 10 balls, 1 attempt, and look at that score, 521 million. GGAGE. Hollywood Polo, look at that, 445 million. Gregory, that's not me, that's another Gregory. He did send me a friend request on the Switch. Still not sure who that is yet, but it's Gregory at 328 million. Classic Rock King, 272 million. Off Grid Arcade, 242 million. Todd Russell, 180 million. Tony's Jorgen, 140 million. Balls of Slap, 123 million. Pixeltorium, Derek, 90 million. G Parker, 83 million. Mr. Livewire, and by the way, that G Parker there is not me. The wife picked up the Switch and started playing, got a real good score, and we realized that she hadn't logged off as me and and logged in as herself. So she played it under my name on the Switch. So to be fair, I'm letting you know that was not me. That was my wife. 83 million. Mr. Livewire, 76 million. Mrs. OGA, 63 million. Postile, 39 million. G. Parker, myself, 37 million. Arcade Chaos, 25 million. So look at there, we had 15 participants, and this is just absolutely fantastic. Had some great scores and some great scores by some new names that we don't recognize yet, but welcome and thanks for showing up.
Tournament.
Okay, let's see where we go now. We are going to go to November 12th, a Medieval Madness Played Classic. So let's get that one set up. Create a tournament.
Create tournament.
Let me see if I can find Medieval Madness. That's my worst thing, is finding these things. I know I'm killing a lot of time here just looking for it, aren't I? Medieval Madness. Come on. There it is. Good grief, Greg. Okay. Medieval Madness. 5 days. Private tournament. Let's see. We're just playing, yeah, classic. Classic. 5 days. Private tournament. Classic. 3 balls. Unlimited play. Create and play. G P A R K E R. Okay. Create and play. Let's get this thing started. Y'all know I gotta play once to get the tournament going. And here we go.
I am the king of Spain. My men will destroy you.
I haven't been to a local pinball arcade in a while, but they actually have this actual table set up there. They got a ton of tables set up, but they got this one. This is one of my favorites to play on the actual real live pinball machine. Okay, ball out on ball 1. With a score of 608,310 to see how I do, get in the tournament, and we'll get back to the show. Thanks everybody for playing. It's been a good time, and we've got this week 7, 8, 9, and 10. 3 more weeks left, and then we'll be going into the finale. Take care, everybody. Back to the show. There we go. Let's bring Poe. Oh, good. You got him back. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Greg, I don't want to point anything out, but I'm pretty sure when you first brought up that list, your mouse cursor was almost on Medieval Madness, and then you scrolled down. It's like, oh, no, it's right there.
Well, I noticed that. You know, I was going to say this before I rolled that video, and I forgot to. If you didn't notice, if you take a look at me and the way I was talking and didn't look like a ball of fire during that thing, I had been down here doing some work in the arcade room and sat in one of the... was intending on setting up the tournament, and I sat in one of the gaming chairs that's in the arcade room and fell asleep. And Cheryl came down and says, I thought you were, I've been trying to be quiet. I thought you were going to roll that tournament. And I got up, and I'll tell you what, I had been awake from what you'd call one of those hard drooling on yourself naps in a chair. And when I woke up, I'm lucky I even knew what day it was. And after I recorded that, I thought, you know, I ought to do it again. And I thought, no, I'm just going to, it's done. It's over with. You notice, though, one thing, that score ended with an 800,000 points when I ended with ball 1. And I'm looking up my score now. It ended at 18 million.
Oh, wow.
So ball 2 was fantastic, plus with an extra ball achieved. So I managed to 800,000 with ball 1, but that was ball 2 was like starting over again because I got an extra ball. So I am. But
Right.
with that being said, I'm looking at here. It's hard for me to see, but with that 18 million, I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in 4th place, and this Gregory is at 58 million. Let's join our
Wow.
team. So just to let you know, that's where we're at now on the tournament.
Yeah, people are jumping in before the show. Even that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Now, just to tell you the spreadsheet, just real quick, because I said I'd go over that real quick. I'm not going to bother you with bringing it up on the screen because y'all can't see it anyway, unless you're watching on a big screen. But just to let you know our stats so far, thank you, Mr. Off-Grid Arcade, for keeping track of the stats. Livewire, 713. Got the lead with 16 points. Classic Rock King with 14. Balls of Slapping with 11. Hollywood Polo with 8. Arizona Cowboy 1 with 8. Gregory with 7. Well, yeah, this week's okay. So Tony's Jorgren 7. Everybody else has got at least a point for showing up, or got it better than a point, but maybe missed a week. But everybody else is tied for 6 and below. But there's your top runners right there. Those are people that have done better. In 1 week, at least in 1 week, they have done better than at least a first, second, or third place.
Yeah,
I'm screwing that up, but everybody knows what I mean. You get 4 points for first, 3 for second, 2 for third, and 1 for showing up. And it looks like last, and it does look like, let me see, EGGAGE, which we don't know who that is, but he got top spot last week. Of course, it's the first week he played, so he's only got 4 points. But man, that score was crazy.
He already has 4 points.
Yeah,
one week, and he's already got 4.
Yeah. So anyway, so the tournament's going good. Bart, I'll turn it over to you right now. See if you got anything you want to say before.
Polo said his name is Gerard Gage. He's a friend of Polo and Todd Russell. He's on the Discord. Okay.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Herbors is like digging the Atari sign there, Poe.
You can turn your mic on, Poe. We'll let you talk. The problem we're experiencing is not death-defying.
Well, that was a gift from Derek.
Oh, holy crap.
Atari sign.
Yeah. Now I'm not hearing the echo now. Oh, maybe
test 1, 2, 3. Test. I am, but it's so light. It's not worth it.
I don't know if the viewers can hear it. If you're hearing us echo at all, sorry about that, but it shouldn't be too bad. But the Atari is Derek. That Derek thing. Derek. See, there's a reason we keep Derek around. Certainly isn't his personality.
For Atari signs and a deep tissue massage.
Not necessarily in that order.
So Bart, considering you're going to scoot out soon, what have you been doing?
Not a whole lot as far as gaming stuff. I still got videos going up pretty much every day during the week because I recorded a shit ton of stuff right before I left. So again, don't think that I wear the same shirt for 2 weeks straight. I just was. So yeah, we're up here at this wedding and just hanging out, visiting with friends and family up here in Missouri. So we'll be headed back down towards Texas on Tuesday. So but I got videos recorded for every weekday through the 22nd. So you'll see. Oh, see, AZ Cowboy, he only has 2 shirts, so that's all good.
How many do you need?
But
and if you turn that one wrong side out, it'll last twice.
Right. Yeah, you can get easy a week out of 2 shirts. Turn them inside out, switch them around backwards.
Yeah.
It's like a pair of underwear. You can use one pair of underwear, and then the last day you just free ball it.
Well, last time, every time I get done eating, I put the dog on my lap, that little puppy, and she licks my shirt clean.
Right, right. That's a good way to handle it. That's a great thing. Yeah. I'm going to throw this story out there because you mentioned the dog licking it, and it cracks me up. I was reading one of those, in Reader's Digest where people send in their own supposed true stories. And this lady said that they moved into this neighborhood and someone came over to do the meet and greet kind of thing. And it happened to be dinner time. So they invited this other couple in and, oh, well, we're just sitting down to eat. You want to eat? Well, that apparently gave this couple the green light, and they were coming over constantly at dinner time. And she finally figured out how to stop it. And she said the wife of the intruders came in and she's like, can I help you do the dishes or anything? And she says, oh, no, it's not a problem. She said she put her dishes on the floor and let the dog lick them. And then she picked them up and put them back in the cabinet. Said, it's really easy. She said the people never came back for dinner again. Of course, she said after she took them out of the cabinet and washed them, but she let them think that they just let the dog lick them. It's like, that is brilliant. Yeah. So.
I always wonder if I'm going to get myself in trouble sharing a similar story, but talking about animals and people saying things. But since I got this Chihuahua, I belong to a Chihuahua owners group on Facebook. It just never ceases to amaze me. People will post. And it's okay. Some people ask advice, like my dog does this, my dog does that. Maybe I got a way to do this. This lady writes, quote unquote, my dog is chewing, my puppy is chewing on my underwear. What should I do? And the first guy out of the chute says, maybe taking a bath. Number one. And number two is, where are you putting your? I mean, are they on you? Is he? What? You don't go in a hamper. I mean, they lay them all. I mean, of all the things I'm going to ask somebody about my dog, like how do I get it from nipping? How do I help housebreak it? How do I get it to? There's a million questions you can ask. But and she was more explicit than that. She said it eats the crotch out of my underwear. So, I'm like, why would you even share that?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, there's ways to keep dogs from chewing on your undergarments. It's called putting them away. Just clean that nasty thing. What the yeah. My goodness. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, on that note,
I was going to go make sure the dog hadn't chewed his underwear while he's been.
I got to go check my underwear. Yeah. So, but I'm going to cut out early here and go visit with family before they have to take off out of town, and then we'll be out of town before they get back. So, I'm going to call it right here. Poe, nice seeing you again. Hope you get to feeling better.
Well, thank you.
Sorry to stick you with Greg. Do your best. There's only so much you can do.
We can talk about underwear.
Yeah, leaving you at a high point for the conversation. So.
Yeah, I always manage to somehow. After I get done with every episode, I always go, why the hell did I say that? And then I get to the point where I mean, Derek still keeps coming back. Derek keeps coming back every week.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the underwear talk. You get to talking about crotches of underwear, he's in. So, all right, I'm out. Greg, if you'll have to do the duties if you want to pull stuff over from chat.
Duty.
I won't be able to do it. So
I got it. I got it right here. All right. See you later, buddy.
All right, we'll catch y'all later.
Is he gone yet? Oh God, thank God. Okay, why are the comments not showing up on my stream? Oh, there they came up.
And Bart took them with him.
Yeah, Bart took the whole. Let's see. How do I do? Okay, Bart handles this. Get home safe, Bart. Yeah, I say get home safe. Or at least maybe if he can find home. Okay, Poe. So with that being said, let me do something here. What I usually try to do, as usual, I'm just not set up ahead of time because usually Bart handles a lot of behind the scenes things. Here, I just found it. I just found what I'm looking for. Okay, what I want to know is what's going on with Popeye on the Atari 5200.
Yeah, well, I was gonna do some Popeye. Actually, on the 7800, I was gonna do the homebrew.
That's what I meant. The 7800. My bad. Yes.
Yeah, the plan was I was finally getting that Texas Instrument, the TI 99 4A that my buddy got. So I was going to do that one before the 7800 homebrew, but I haven't had time to go pick that up from my buddy. I haven't seen him in a while. So with work right now, they're scheduling us 6 days a week. So I worked yesterday. And I'll work this coming Saturday. That way we can have our Thanksgiving weekend off, a long weekend. So I knew I was going to have just today off. I got home from work yesterday. I got that game out for the 7800 and was getting everything set up. And I figured I would wake up nice and early today and shoot that video, at least get the gameplay recorded. And I got so sick. I said that coworker, the guy that I worked with last week, was really sick, and I got it, and I just laid there all night tossing and turning and coughing and snotting and everything else, so I probably didn't fall asleep until probably after I had been up for at least 24 hours, which is around 4 a.m., and then I just kept waking up. So I didn't get up until almost 2 in the afternoon. And I was just sick all day. So, and I'll be back up early for work in the morning. So, you know what? I was just like, yeah, I'm not recording anything. I was going to go on live on the PlayStation and do the new RoboCop, but wasn't feeling it. And by the time we had dinner here, it was time for the show. And actually, I got my my arcade Atari Game Station Pro finally came that I had pre-ordered. That was supposed to be mailed out Halloween, and it wasn't, and it showed up today, and it was on my porch, and normally I would have been pretty excited about that, but I was just kind of like, we'll get to it when we get to it. So it's sitting here too, and so I had a few things I could have got to today, but I'm just not feeling it. And actually, when we finish up the show, I think maybe it'll be a couple shots of NyQuil and right to bed.
Yeah. Well, my big thing I've been up to lately is I need to replace the carpet in the game room, the arcade room. I got so much, it's overloaded. I think I've mentioned this before. It's 2 full-size pinball machines, 2 of my V-pins, the fireplace that's got the entertainment center for the console games. It's got the at-games stand-up cabinet.
Right.
So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire carpet cleaners to come in and kind of clean that carpet first, see if I could get a couple more years out of that carpet. But nonetheless, I still having to move some things.
Right.
And I wanted to, the biggest thing I had to move was the V pin, because I can block the other ones up in such a way that they can do the cleaning. And long story short, that's the one I had to do the tournament on today. So that's what I was doing. I was trying to get everything away from the computer, all done. And it actually just wore me out being down there doing all that, picking up. And I just sat in the easy chair. That drool was running down here. My wife comes in, yeah, you got to do something. So that's what kind of happened with me today. And then just before you came on, and Bart, I did do a video on Azula Corsa, the Rex racing game.
Yeah.
I did one of those, and I intended to come do American Truck Simulator, and it needed to be updated. I hadn't ran it so long. And so I started doing the racing game. Got really in a groove doing that. So just before the show, I came down here and I fired up American Truck Simulator, and actually I got a game paused right now because Bart came in and you showed up, and I said, well, okay, if you guys hadn't made it, because I knew there was a chance you might not. I knew Mike. I didn't really check the messages. Was Mike not planning on being here tonight?
He had some company show up, so he didn't know if he was going to still be entertaining once the show started or not. So,
well, hopefully we'll get off the air before he shows up. Just kidding, but yeah, with everything that's going on, I'm just glad. We're think about it. We're in week 27?
I think we were 29, maybe.
Well, I put it on the header of the video. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I can't either. I always have to go back and check the week before we start. So
I'm going to take it. I can't see you now, but let me look and see. This is week. Last week was week 28. This is week 29. And I just couldn't stand the thought of not doing a show. We've gone 20. So I was just going to, if none of you guys had showed up, I was just going to keep driving the truck and hit the live button and say, hey, welcome to the show. Watch me.
Yeah, it was one of those things. It's like, I know Bart was out of town. And I mentioned first, I'm not feeling good, so maybe I won't be on. And then Mike mentioned he had company, and I thought, I'm going to try after dinner there to get on, at least for a little bit, and see what happens.
Well, I'm pretty happy with like 29 consecutive weeks. Who'd have thought? And, I was teasing Bart. Bart and I kind of had a live show going on. I had one on Sundays that Bart and I combined. And then all of us had something going before, but we decided to combine it. And I told Bart, I said, I'll never miss a week. I'll never miss a week. Hell, I think I've missed more weeks than anybody. But we've consistently had the show on for 29 weeks, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're getting any worse or any better, but Lord knows you got to give a hand to Derek, Pixeltorium, Hollywood Polo, Arizona Cowboy 1. God, the list goes on and on for putting up with us and showing up and listening to us talk about anything but probably what we should. Herb Wars is here tonight. Arcade Chaos. Now, Chaos.
He's been with us forever, huh? Back when we did this show before it was the show. So
yeah. And I just got to say this to Chaos now. I'm going to get this out. We, before the show, Bart and I have the key. It's just the way it works to this software. You're only allowed to have 2 people. So Bart can instantly log in. But Mike and Poe need me to send them a link every week. So I send out links every week. And I sent one to Bart. No, I didn't send one to Bart. I sent one to Mike. I sent one to Poe. I always send one to our good friend, who's always a good friend of ours, Ed, Digital Victory. See, he can't always make it off on the West Coast and a different time zone. But, we love having him when he can because he's very informative. But today, I sent an extra one out. To Arcade Chaos. So Arcade Chaos, I'm going to tell you this. I saw you post the comments last time. Hey, when am I going to get an invite? Well, you got one this week, and I'll send one next week. You need to let me know. So we'd love to have you on. Well, at least I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's been too long since we actually got to talk to Chaos.
Yeah.
Hey, next week will be what? Will that be the big Thanksgiving show? Pre-Thanksgiving show, maybe? I don't know. My dates are all messed up, right?
I know. Thanksgiving does not interfere with our Sunday show, does it? I'd have to look at a calendar. Crap. I'm retired. I don't look at a calendar much.
No, it's always Thanksgiving's always a Thursday, so we're safe for sure. So
yeah. Let's see. Hollywood Polo. I'm missing up Bart's. Usually doing Bart's job here. Greg, I'm glad you guys are here. Okay, well, I appreciate that, Polo. I really do. Polo's been a dedicated guy with us for quite a while.
Yes.
Trying to see if there's anything else I can put up here. Always try to read them first. Oh, somebody's trying to get their apartment organized. I guess that wasn't something for sharing with everybody. Get well soon, Poe, from Hollywood.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
So with that said, that's really all I've got. I did want to mention I do have some exciting news. Pinball Imp. I almost forgot about it. Zen Studios Pinball Imp. The big news is Halloween has come and gone. We're 2 weeks past that, and they ain't done shit. So I don't know what the big buildup was. The big buildup on Pinball M, and you know what? I've always supported and said good things about Zen Studios. I've always said I've supported. I've double dipped on FX3, FX, the Switch. I think I've got them on all of them, but I just don't understand putting out a horror-themed pinball thing, announcing it in September.
Right.
You should have just kept your mouth shut until after the first of the year. It'd be like announcing that you're coming out with a Christmas movie on January 15th. Who the hell cares? So, there you go. You need to check out Bart's channel. He's been playing a new pinball thing.
Yeah.
I believe he's playing that on the Switch. It's called Pinball. I can't pronounce it. You know the name of it?
Oh, it starts with an M, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how you can find out. Don't count on me to give you that information. Go over to Off-Grid's channel and check it out. He's got the
starts with an M, but it's not Pinball M. It's not.
It's Marbella. They're pretty cool games. I mean, they're up to par with. I'd say they'd be pretty close to up to par with. Well, they're definitely up to par with that game's pinball. But what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Zaccaria. Kind of up to par with Zaccaria. Yeah,
they sound really cool. I mostly get to listen to them on the drive home or to work. They have really cool sound effects and stuff to them. So.
Yeah, I hadn't really looked at my channel today. Usually I look before the show just to see. Do you know of anything new that Mike's come out with so we could give a plug for before we get off here?
Well, his last big one was Maniac Mansion.
That's right. Uncensored Maniac Mansion. Yeah. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Is titled that?
Yeah.
One? Yeah. So you'll have to check that out. Be sure to check out Mike's channel.
And in big iArcade news, Glenn is shipping the decks out. The Glenn deck for people that ordered those back in June. They're shipping this week. Actually, I think some people that live close, I think he's in California, already got theirs. When I checked my FedEx for it, I think it just said the label was created. I think Bart's in the same situation. So eventually we'll get the new Glenn deck here for that. And I ordered, I guess.
I'll tell you what, I have, you know, me, I've never really been a supporter or a person that gives bad talk or good talk. I'm kind of neutral. I'll say what I feel about a certain product, but I don't support any or put any down that much. I've got games, which I'm happy with some things about it. I'm unhappy with things, but that's the way it is with everything. I mean, you know, so you're a Ford guy, you're a Chevy guy, you're a Dodge guy. What big deal? They're all got crap wrong with them, and they got good qualities too. But one thing I'll say is I don't know why. I just feel like there was a lot of hype in that IA arcade, and I just didn't fall into that. And then everybody panicked when it went defunct. But now, to me, if I could have bought one at the price you do and get this deck from Glenn and be able to do all these add-ons to it and stuff, what a well-built quality machine with all these games on it.
Right.
I mean, it just like a dream. It's like it fell in your lap. It could have been disastrous, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing, I guess. They got the thing, and then it's just about a month later, they announced the bankruptcy, and you're just like, oh, crap. And then all of a sudden, well, these people that were fans came out with the mystery encoder board. Now you can add games to it, and Glenn's deck was coming out, so it's like, order now, hurry up, order now. And that's what we did. So we're adding all kinds of games that you couldn't put on the thing before, and now we're going to have spinners and trackball and everything else on the thing. So pretty nice.
I don't know Glenn. I've never spoken to him. I think I might subscribe to his channel, but I don't think I watch his videos. Not because I dislike him. It's just doesn't have stuff on there that tickles me that much. You know, it's just, I don't watch your videos, Poe. But
Exactly.
no, actually, I watch yours. I do. It's Bart. I don't care for that stuff. But anyway, but you know, you got to say something for a guy like him. And you know, I've heard people be naysayers about him, always this and that about him. But what a gem this guy is in the gaming community to come up with this kind of stuff and make it available. Right. And what seems to be, I mean, I don't care if the guy makes some money. That's none of my business. You know, if you're going to come up with the idea and put the risk into getting it built, I expect you to make some money if you are. But to just do it to begin with, to me is a great thing. So again, I don't know the guy, and I don't know the guy anything, and he doesn't know me anything. But I think you know, everything I've heard, I'm glad to have him around the gaming community. Guys, Polo Cade is the ultimate arcade cabinet with the mystery board. Okay, Polo Cade. There you go.
And I also, he made an SNK stick and a Akari Warriors stick that's separate. It's the stick that you use for Akari Warriors in the arcade. I ordered that from him a few months ago, too, and that's also shipping right now. So I'll be getting that around the same time. I'm looking forward to that. You can play Akari Warriors and Guerrilla War and bunch of those SNK. It's the joystick that also kind of spins that they had in the arcade. So, yeah, it's going to be a good month. I got that. The Atari 2600 Plus is going to be shipping next week, I think. And I got the Game Station Atari here today. So, big month for all the pre-orders finally coming in. It's like Christmas in November.
I saw this post from Polo, and I thought he asked me if I was coming out, and I'm not. Well. So that's good. So you're getting the stuff, the Atari stuff that you've been wanting.
Right.
The stuff's starting to show up. Man, they're doing a lot of good stuff with that stuff, too. So, yeah. Well, you know what? We've been on here 47 minutes, and I know everybody, I just enjoy everybody in the chat, but I got a bazillion things I could finish up today. So, I'm just going to move this to final thoughts. We'll make this kind of our brief show. Thanks again, honestly, to Hollywood Polo, Derek, Arizona Cowboy 1, all you guys that show up every week. Derek, great for running the Discord, which check out the Discord. I don't get on there as often as I should, but a lot of cool stuff. Herb Wars has been here. Trying to see if I forgot anybody. And Chaos, of course. Chaos. God bless Tiny Tim and Chaos. You know, that's all. So, and there's a Merry Christmas, Greg and Poe from Poe.
Merry Christmas.
So, Poe, I'm going to turn it over to you for final thoughts, and I think I'll show our outro if I can even find it, and call it a night.
Yeah, well, hopefully I wrap up this cold this week. I don't know if I'll get anything out. Like I said, it's another busy week. We're scheduled 6 days. But hopefully long weekend, hopefully, coming with Thanksgiving week. I'll get some video stuff out there. I finally got my Atari Game Station Pro. The thing looks beautiful. It's got an SD card, so you can add all kinds of games to this thing. Even Nintendo and Super Nintendo and stuff. I'll probably keep it to Atari products. They have a bunch of Atari 2600 games built in, a handful of Atari 5200 and 7800, and Atari arcade games already built into the thing. So, but there are people out there making videos where they're just adding things for all kinds of old systems to the SD card, just tons and tons of games. So, might delve into that a little bit and maybe hook this up to the laptop and OBS and see what we got, stream some stuff. But we'll see. But I'm glad it finally showed up, even if the pre-order got a little messed up there. It's here, so we'll get to this. We'll get to Popeye. Everybody keeps asking when I go into, live chats or live streams for Retro Bliss and stuff. I got a few people asking me when the next Popeye video is coming out. I don't know myself, but when things finally slow down a little bit here with work, we'll get a few things together and get it out there.
Gotcha.
It's just so easy now, like I said before, for me to, if I got an hour, just to turn on the PlayStation 5 and just stream something live from there. You don't got to set everything up, and you just hit the button and go, so.
That is nice. And, that's something I really, they keep talking about the Nintendo Switch. And that's something I just don't like to talk about too much on here. I've made jokes and said a few things on, but, there's so many YouTube channels. Every day they're putting out new news on the Nintendo Switch 2, but they're telling you the same stuff or making up stuff. I don't know I'm not accusing people of making stuff up, but come on, man. Where are you getting this information? It's basically the same stuff over and over. But I know that that's something that I would hope that they would listen to and look at, because that's the one thing about the Switch. My pinballs are based on PC, so I can stream those easy. I can stream the Switch, but I got to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole with the capture card and all that.
Right.
What your PlayStation streamable? These Atari devices you're getting are streamable. It seems like people like streaming. YouTube's big on that, but what's the other one? Twitch. I mean, everybody's into this, watching other people play games and play live and do stuff, and seems like it's an in thing right now. I think you take advantage of it. So I'm hoping the Switch will record 30 seconds of video at a time. So I put some snippets up that I've captured and then just uploaded to Facebook.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, it's got an auto upload to YouTube right now. You can't do it to Facebook of those 30-second clips, but there's no way to stream from natively. You'd have to do some other stuff. So that's something I'm hoping when they replace the Switch, they do it good. And I know you're not a big handheld fan, and I'm not either. 90% of my play is on the big screen, putting this thing in its dock. But I'll tell you what, there's something about. Well, I mean, you can see Bart. They've got one, him and Kelly, and she went out of town, left him at home there for a while to visit some family. He didn't have a Switch because she took it with her. So people do enjoy taking it.
Right.
They're great for that. So I'm hoping they'll stay portable. I'm hoping they'll have more power. Personally, I don't get hung up on the 4K thing. Honestly, if you take at least my old ass, if I'm looking at something in 4K and I'm looking at something in 1080p and it's true 1080p at 60 frames per second, I can't see that. I mean, I know there is. I'd rather trade it off for more power, more storage capability. And what is it? Who is the Steam Deck has now come out with an OLED model.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I haven't decided to go that far. And then there's that computerized handheld. It's made by Asus or whoever it is that makes it. That's a pretty powerful little machine in your hand. But now you're getting up in the $800 to $1,000 price range. And then we still got to get together and play with the Oculus headsets too. So let me know when you get to feeling better, because fortunately I feel the best I have in a long time. My eye thing's done and all the other things I did. I told my wife, I said, I'm not seeing any more doctors till after the holiday. Knock on wood. I'm tired of doctors.
Excellent.
Well, that's it for my final thoughts. I think I'm just going to take you straight to the outro. Again, I haven't been looking at the comments because I brought up the outro. If there's anything important should have brought up. Yeah, Derek says I need a handheld PC. Yeah, I've been looking at those. But I still want to see what the Switch comes out with first before I spend money on it, because the Switch comes out with something that's, that's another thing on my wish list for the Switch. Maybe it would be able to run some PC platform stuff. I don't know. They're really going to have to do something to outdo the Switch, because the Switch, by far, look how long it's been out without a replacement. I mean, I don't know. How long has it been out now? 8 years.
Oh gosh.
It's been
Yeah,
out
I'm gonna
longer.
say seven, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's been out longer than any of them. So yeah, I mean any of the Nintendo ones anyway, without having to change or an upgrade because they're still selling. I mean, why if something's still selling, why change?
Right.
All right, guys, I'm going to the outro. Poe, thank you so much for being here tonight, and
Alrighty.
I'll meet you in the green room afterwards for a minute, and let's see if I can find my outro. Guess what? Here it is. My bad.